Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Saturday BOLO Day. We tell you what to buy, where to buy it, why to buy it, and how you're going to sell it. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right, we're going to start with a little comic here. Joe Palooka, Golden Age number 31, CGC 7.0. I thought these would be higher. I think I hit them at a couple hundred at one point, then we dropped them to 155, and then with the new sale, we sold it for 125. But
that's still good.
I've
seen some higher grade ones go for like $20 over in Heritage.
Exactly. They're not very popular. I mean, I guess Joe Palooka collectors probably would rather pay $20 for a raw one than 120 for a 7.0.
Right.
Unless it's like a key issue or a number one.
Yeah. So, good luck on the key issues.
Exactly. But, they're in nice shape. I figured they were worthy of getting graded.
Yeah.
I tested the market because there's not a lot of this stuff graded in. That's probably why. Next up, we started pulling some old autograph stuff out of the closet. We got a new lister. Now, these are not authenticated with JSA or anything. We give our own certificate, but we compare them to JSA.
Yeah, right.
To make sure it looks legit. If it doesn't, we list them. This is a Kirby Puckett, 1988 tops. It's ungraded and went for $43.
Wow.
And again, a lot of this stuff was just sitting in drawers for years, and now we got a good lister.
And that's not the best autograph, is it?
No. I mean, for cards, they scrunch them in, so, but...
right, but even the color on it, it's not vibrant.
Yeah, it's not a real big card. It's not a popular card or anything like that.
No, the blue. Right, the blue's not jumping out at you.
No, it's not real bold. No. Next up, God rest his soul, Brooks Robinson legend passed away.
Oh, man, that's sad.
And we were getting $20 offers for these like the next day. I had it for $55, ended up selling it for $40. I think I sold one for $30 because it wasn't as clean as this one. That's got the old QVC COA, but it's crazy. Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting thing. I found and I don't know where it was. It was back of a ad from SCD.
Yeah.
And they were having a show with a whole bunch of Hall of Famers, and it must have been in the early '90s.
Right.
Bob Feller was $5 for a signature.
Yeah.
Warren Spahn was $10, and Brooks Robinson was $20.
Well, look at the nameplate. He's been a Hall of Famer for 40 years. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So he was real young. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, if you're a collector, you can get a good deal on it. If you're trying to resell it, you're probably not going to.
Well, but then again, $44. The ball's got to be worth, what, 10, and the holder's got to be worth a couple of bucks anyway.
Nowadays, 20, yeah. So,
crazy.
Next up, if you ever see 5XL T-shirts, buy them. War of Gargantuous, 1966 movie. It is a 5X, pre-worn. And went for $25.
The only issue I have with your listing is that with that 1966, two reasons I have an issue with that. Mm-hmm. Number one, as opposed to the War of the Gargantuas from 1993.
Wow.
And the other thing is, and again, it's something or other that it's not like you want to differentiate it with The Great Gatsby where they've had 4 different versions throughout the years.
Sure.
The other thing is, my first thought when I looked at it is that from 1966 was my first thought. Now, I don't deal in T-shirts. And
I think if you look at the tag, you probably know a little better, Fruit of the Loom and all that. But,
right.
Again, we put our 50% off sale, and that's how we sold this.
Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't pay more than $10 for it, so I still made money.
5XL, though. Wow. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Or a girl.
Next up, I bought a ton of these. These are hit or miss. They can go anywhere from $2 to $50. This one went for $19. 1950s photo effect service manual schematic for an RCA Victor.
Well, what's funny is I had one of the folders that had a bunch of them in, and I sold it over on Whatnot for like $10 or something like that, or $8.
Yeah,
and the person's going to make good money off of it.
Break it up and make 10 times your money, sure.
Yeah, they're going to make good money off of it, but I don't have time to do that.
Exactly. All right, next up, let's see. Smoke Magazine.
Wow.
This is the premiere issue. Pierce Bronson, 007. Good listing.
That's a great cover.
It is a great cover. Sadly, we had it listed for about 6 months, and it only sold because of our 50% off sale.
Wow.
$10, which I think we gave it away, but no one wanted it for $20. No one even made offers. So
yeah, and you did.
Am I wrong? I mean, I got to take the money, right?
And you did premiere issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
The only other thing to do would be put it up at $75 and just wait.
Right.
Wait, because that is an awesome cover.
Very cool cover.
Wow.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
All right, URL.
Indeed I am. Better farming for better living. Truer words were never spoken. Winter 1964, Oliver Equipment, Middleport, New York. I ended up picking this up, I believe, at a flea market. Do look for these things when you're out there. They're fairly common. If you live in farm country, all of the equipment dealers would have had something or other like this, and it did sell for the $28.
Wow.
If you look down over here, Middleport, New York, Dickinson Equipment's the one that originally had it, which is why I listed Middleport, New York. It's going to be in whatever farm country happens to be around you as well. Did a couple of different pictures because it is, it's pretty neat right over there if you're into tractors and all that kind of thing. You'll find them out there. Up next, Lehigh Valley Lodge 248 B of RRB, whatever that means. November 27, 1889 ribbon. Ended up getting $42 out of this. It's a ribbon, which is not paper. It's out of what I usually end up buying. But you will find old ribbons out there. The only problem is usually people are asking high prices on them. This happened to be one that they weren't asking a high price. So I bought it, and I asked a high price.
Cool.
But you'll generally find these out at sales, things like this out there. Usually they'll be asking $20, $25 a piece on a ribbon. If you can find somebody that has them for 10 and under, and they're in decent shape, do be careful. A lot of times they have tears. But if you can find it 10 and under from the pre-1900, do pick them up. You will end up making a sale. And some are worth quite a bit more as well.
Interesting.
Up next, great design on this. Fleshmans Mixer's Manual, 1930s, mixology, bartending recipes, Art Deco, red gold. The reason I listed red gold is because I had about 3 different ones from the 1930s, all with Art Deco. So I had to have a way to differentiate it to myself when I ended up selling it to remind me, there are multiple ones of them. These actually, I got lucky. I got the $24 out of it. Believe it or not, these are only about $10 to $15 usually.
Wow.
They should be so much better than that, especially being right after Prohibition. But I think that the fact that I mentioned Art Deco, which, as we've said any number of times, is definitely a key word to use, Art Deco. I mean, look at those ice cubes. That is just awesome looking cover.
Yeah, cool.
Just to even take that and frame it up, even if you weren't going to use it in your bar or anything, just to frame that up would be awesome. And it's a booklet size, just to let you know as well. So do not overpay on these, but if you do pick them up, pay $1, $2 each on them. But then definitely do list Art Deco. Up next, Conquistador and Other Songs, Procol Harum Songbook, Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Ended up getting $50 out of this. One of those songbooks that I went over and wanted to list over on Amazon and wasn't listed on Amazon. I went over to eBay and had like 1 or 2 had sold on eBay for good money, and none of them were listed. I said, this is not common by any means whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I put it up for $79 and took a $50 offer on it. Ended up going to somebody overseas, as a matter of fact, international.
Nice.
So nice little sale. I know I saw you shaking your head on that because you just...
Cover detached. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the best of shape as well. Creases and all that.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times you bring things up, toys, things like that I shake my head about because I don't have any understanding.
Yeah.
And it isn't something I deal in. I think the one thing that I regularly bring up that you just are confused by, and I don't mean that in a bad way, you just are confused by it, is sheet music and songbooks. Because you see songbooks or sheet music, what is good, what's not.
If I stockpiled this stuff for the last 20 years, it'd still be in a corner and I would never list it. I mean, maybe now seeing this stuff but it's crazy.
Yep. Up next, I put this one up for one of our longtime viewers, Local Joe. He actually reached out to me when I had this listed, and he said, Papergoy, you still have the price sticker on this. I said, yes, I do, Local Joe. I said, I don't want to remove it and damage it, and we'll just leave it on there. And didn't matter. The person still paid $28 for it, even though they know that I paid 50 cents.
Cool.
I know sometimes you've had people get upset over price tags and all that.
We usually black them out. If we're going to damage the cover, we just black it out with a Sharpie. It's safer. We have less issues when we do that.
Yep. And a little insider tip: if you're reusing bags, black out or remove price stickers before you bag it up. The only time I don't do that is if it has like a label on it that obviously, just no doubt at all, is not the item that I'm selling. So if I'm selling a comic book and I put it into a comic bag that is reused, and the thing in the comic bag says American Almanac 1874 $3, I'm not going to worry about that price sticker, because obviously they, at that point, I would hope they know it's a recycled bag. If they're buying a Spider-Man number 224, it's not an American Almanac from 1889. But otherwise, if it just has a generic dollar price on it and they paid me $20, I get that sticker off of there, because sometimes people get a little upset.
Yeah.
This happened to me one time that I didn't, though, because I did not want to damage the book, and nothing bad happened out of it.
Yeah.
And finally, And thank you, Local Joe, for looking out for me. And finally today, George L. Lincoln Furniture Company, Concord, New Hampshire, booklet 1951, went for $32. Here's the problem. I mean, I'm very happy with the sale. A great little sale over here. And we've always talked about how local items end up selling. And remember, every item is local to somebody. The thing is, I got it. I had no idea it was in Concord, New Hampshire. And this is the kind of item that, and nothing against you or your people, you would not do well selling because I had to do extra research.
Right.
I had to type in George L. Lincoln. Well, of course, it gets things about Abraham Lincoln and talking to some guy named George or whatever and all this stuff. So then you got to type in George Lincoln Furniture Company, blah, blah, blah. And after partway through, finally you find something that says Concord, New Hampshire. But you got 3 to 5 minutes worth of research into it to figure out it's from Concord, New Hampshire. Not worth your time to do that with your people. And your people may not be well-versed on searching on something like that.
Sure.
So I ended up earning the money, but I'm happy because I paid $1 for it. So I got 32 out of it. So I'm happy. Obviously, the winner, who probably, I would think, lives in Concord, New Hampshire, or has the last name Lincoln, is happy as well. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.